Well, welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
I'm Katie.
And we're so excited that you're here tonight, whether it's raining or not.
I wish it was raining.
It might this weekend.
Sorry to Itzy. I know what the weather's like where you live.
Or snowing. That's true.
Or negative.
That's like half of the country right now.
10 wind chill.
Yeah, I don't miss that. All right. We have asked the question, what is the Disney snack that you would like to eat at this very moment? I saw churro. I saw Dole Whip. I saw caramel apple. And another churro. What would you choose?
Crispy.
Oh, okay. There you go. There you go.
I
and popcorn. I see that too.
I love a crispy.
I might go popcorn too, just because we were researching popcorn earlier tonight to find out if there was soy in any popcorn products. And when you focus on it, it makes you want it more. So now I kind of want popcorn. But
That's fair.
Normally I think I go ice cream though.
But what ice cream?
It depends.
Okay.
Like it really has to be like as I'm either looking at the app or looking at it in front of me and being like, oh, that. Don't you think?
I haven't seen you get ice cream very often.
We don't get it very often.
No.
It's a special treat. Like we don't do it super up. Or
it is my sweet treat.
Or a pretzel with cheese sauce. That's a go-to safe one also. That one is not that's no brainer. That actually might be my top list. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I think so.
That's neat.
We should get those again. We could review all of the pretzels with cheese sauce around the Disneyland Resort for a Geeks Corner segment. How fun would that be? Speaking of fun, runDisney returned to the Disneyland Resort this last weekend, and we were there to cheer on the Disneyland Half Marathon with a few of our friends. The garlic pretzel bread is delicious.
It is really good.
That's up there. We just don't get it that often. I forgot about that. But Half Marathon.
Yeah.
We cheered it on for the first time ever.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, they're running it for the first time ever, and they did a fantastic job, whether it was first time or not. But what did you think of cheering on the runDisney Disneyland Half Marathon on Sunday?
All right. So I'm going to be honest with you guys, because, honesty is the best policy.
Always.
This came to me during the Walt Disney World Marathon weekend. I had woken up in the middle of the night and I had seen my friends, 'cause 3 hours later, I had seen my friends cheering on their friends doing the full marathon and all the events. And I said, that'd be really fun. So I woke up, and this was 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. I sent you a text and said, hey, I think this is something we should do. I'm going back to bed. Good night. Then when I woke up, I was like, that is a horrible idea, Katie.
But I had already moved on it.
Like, so part of me was like super fun, super cool. We had friends running. I was like, this will be neat. The other part of me was like, we don't wake up early. We don't like cold. We don't like standing in the cold. It's like, maybe this doesn't actually happen. And it did. And even the night before, I'm like, what did I get myself into? But it was so fun, genuinely. And if you ask me what we did was stand there. And
a lot of it's waiting.
Move and stand somewhere else.
And then you cheer for a few minutes, and then you cheer for a very long time.
But it was so fun.
Yep.
It was just one of the best times. I never really paid much attention to runDisney weekends when they were at the Disneyland Resort previously, because it's been 7 years, 8 years?
7 years.
7 years.
Mm-hmm.
I just never really paid much attention to what was going on. I had friends that would run and I would go, cool. But to see it in action and to see everything that goes into it and to see the participants, to see people that I don't even know getting emotional when they see the finish line when we were towards the end, that was just something I can't explain properly. We got to see our friends and cheer on our friends, which was super fun. Since my best friend is kind of what kicked this off, Miss Hopper. She's the person that I'm super glad about everybody that I got to see, but Hopper was kind of my motivation to wake up that early in the morning. And yeah, I don't even know that I could talk about her without crying, because I've already talked about her and cried today because of how proud I am of her. It's so cool. I'm really excited for the events this fall, because I'm really excited to do that again. And I think it'd be really fun if it doesn't sell out really fast to do the 5K or the 10K.
And it'll be next month. I think it's like February 9th or 12th or something when registration opens for the September half marathon.
The Halloween.
The Halloween half. But the important date to remember with this is September 8th. If you're not running, I think it's the 8th, is that Sunday. If you're not running in the race, we'd love to have you cheering with us for those who are running in the race. And it really is a fun time. And I think actually one of the more fun parts was seeing people that you knew that you didn't necessarily know were racing or they didn't know you were cheering. And you see this moment of recognition and then this huge grin of excitement of like, hey, you're cheering me on. Like people like to be cheered on. And so it was fun to encourage them. And as many people that were there cheering people on, I think there could be tons more.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the race was just empty. But even at the beginning, it wasn't completely packed. And so I think it's a really cool thing and a good way to spread positivity in the world. So save that date, September 8th. And hopefully we will see you there. And we'll have details as it gets closer so you can know where we're going to be and when. And we'll probably have a similar plan to this time around as well. But we hope you'll join us. Other fun things that happened in the last week is Magic Keys went on sale and sold out again in about a day, which was kind of no surprise. Like to me, the bigger surprise was that there was still one for sale the next morning.
Yeah.
Which didn't last super long, no. But it was a I don't know. I think it's almost becoming more of a routine now where you just know how it's going to play out. So nothing about it surprised me this time. It was like, yep, they're going to go on sale. Yep, you better be ready. And yep, they're going to be gone. What did you think about this whole process of Magic Keys going on sale and disappearing again?
It's been very funny. Not related to Magic Keys going on sale at all, but the amount of people that I have had in the last week or so go, yeah, so I was thinking about buying a Magic Key. And I go, well, you just missed it. Because people are under the assumption that they're just kind of always on sale.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we come in. No, but I've had to tell multiple people, well, you can't just buy it. One does not simply walk into
Well, I
Mordor.
think that's where my response when people bring that up is like, great, make a decision now.
Yeah.
Because you want to know what your answer is when they go on sale next. Which if I were making a haphazard guess, you're looking at end of summer, beginning of fall. I feel like that's kind of become the routine is every fall and like beginning of fall and then sometime in winter. It seems like those are the times they go on sale. It wouldn't surprise me. I don't know. Cause like we don't have the capacity issues that we had before. So, you know, everything's still evolving. So maybe they'll do it before summer again. Who knows? But I would say if you want a Magic Key or you're thinking about, I guess, as a Magic Key, make the decision now of this is the Magic Key I want. This is the, I guess, what I'm willing to spend for my family. So what I'm going to get for my family. Because really, I think it's smart to have at least one person in the family have an Inspire so that you have the parking.
So you have the parking.
And then, you know, if you get Believe in other ones for other members in the family that may not want to go as often, that's fine too. But just have that plan ready to go because these do go really fast. And it seems like in general, if you get into the queue the moment it starts, you are going to get that Magic Key. Like it's the people that don't show up right away and hope they'll still be there that get disappointed. But we will have coverage of whenever Magic Keys do go on sale again. So just be ready for it and have the decision for what you want as you move forward, I guess, right?
So true.
We also learned this week at Disneyland that they were giving cast members new name tags, and they are happy. What do you think of the new name tags?
They're whimsical.
Yeah.
I like pretty colors. I like pastels. I am actually the person that asked for this.
Yeah.
So if you ever have pink Daft's Magic merchandise, thank Katie. I'm kidding. Thank Drew. Drew is fantastic.
It's like, or Drew, because he makes them happen.
No, Drew actually makes it happen. I say crazy things and he makes it happen. But I think they're fun. I think that they get the point across.
You know what I think's great about them? Disneyland Forward. When Ken Potrock introduced the new the new name tags.
Mhm.
Part of what he said was these are great as we're going into this new era with Disneyland Forward and all these exciting things happening at the Disneyland Resort. And so I think it's just one more thing that shows the excitement of things building up moving forward for whatever Disneyland Forward is going to be and look like in reality. And we'll probably circle back to this in a little bit, but to me, that's one of the great things about the name tags is that they were actually linked to Disneyland Forward, and I do think they look nice too. I did forget one thing at the beginning of the show. Do you want to ask the question?
What's on Mr. Dapp's desk?
I forgot, and it's great because I'm looking
was
down here at these really
talking
cute
about it
pictures.
the whole pre-show.
So this is the Doggist Puppies Edition. And if you don't know, the Doggist is on TikTok and Instagram. And I think we showed the other book earlier this year, right after Christmas.
Maybe.
And this is the book. This might even be the book I showed before, but I'm back into it. And we were looking at it for the last half hour or so before the show started. But it is just full of cute puppy pictures. And it's just going to make you happy.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those rainy day, snowy day, whatever day pictures or books that you just go through and you look at the pictures. And if you go on his Instagram or his TikTok, you actually see how he takes the pictures and what the process is. And it's just the Doggist, I think, is his handle. Totally cute, totally worth it. There's great pictures of so many different kinds of dogs, whether you want, I don't know what.
If somebody, okay, this is
like you can pick any dog and you're probably going to find it.
If somebody was to hack into our messages, it's going to be a lot of I'm on my way, I'm here, I'm on my way, I'm here, I'm on my way here, but also just us sending the Doggist back and forth with each other.
It is ridiculously cute.
All we do is send the Doggist. The other thing that's really fun, this man, I don't know what his background is with dogs, but he can breed identify a dog like that.
Like he's walking up and he's like, oh, I see we have a curly haired retriever or something or another.
Yeah.
Was one of the ones today. And
he'll walk up and he'll go, there's a really rare dog. I've never seen it in the wild. Let me see if it is the dog that I think it is. And then he'll ask the owner and they'll be like, yeah.
Here's just an example of a really cute basset hound. Because I do like basset hounds.
He loves basset hounds.
There you go. That's what's on Mr. Dapp's desk.
But yeah, so we really enjoy Doggist. The worst thing, though, that has happened is I introduced you to Doggist. It's wonderful. We get to talk about it. But then I'll say, look, and you go, yeah, I just saw that one. And I go,
it's true. Quite often. Speaking of dogs, though, it is time for Indy Cam. And today's Indy Cam is a very real Indy Cam. And this was literally me just getting home and seeing him sitting there. And I just let things play out. So here you go. So that's the point where he walks over to me and I had to end the video because that's where he started jumping up on me and deciding that after just sitting there, he should lick me and jump all over me and whatever. So there is this week's Indy Cam. What'd you think of it, Katie?
He's such a dork. It is. That's very real representation of Indiana.
Like sometimes the moment you walk in, he is all over you. Other times he's like, yep, I've been waiting. I'm just here. I'm waiting. Yeah. He was, and honestly, by getting home, I mean, I kept coming in and out. And so I think the novelty of like, oh, you've been gone for a while was gone. And he was just like, are we gonna do something fun now? But I don't know. He's an interesting dog. All right, we learned this week that there is a new Moana stage show coming to the Disney Treasure, which I find fascinating.
Mhm.
And this is going to involve puppets and a giant, what is it? What's the thing that's going to fly over?
The thing that killed Steve Irwin.
Yeah, that one. But it looks like it's going to be incredible. Manta Ray.
Yeah.
That's what it is. But it's going to have puppets. It's going to have incredible effects. It's all going to be on a ship, so that means things could move. It's going to have the music from the movie, which I think is great, and of course puppets, which I think is perhaps the best part of this. But what do you think about Moana being made into a stage show for one, and then massive puppets for two?
I love puppets. Puppets are really cool. And yes, we couldn't think of Stingray. Leave us alone.
Stingray, Manta Ray, we were close.
Yeah, anyway. I'm very excited about this. I also think it's very fun that Moana is getting a show on a ship because it's a water
There's something,
vessel. And
if only it was the ship that was going down to like Australia and in the South Pacific, because then it would be like somewhat, I don't know.
But no, I think it's great. I think that Disney does entertainment extremely well, so I think it's great.
I think it's great. I also wish that it was in, like, I could see that show being something that would go into a place like kind of like Hyperion, but I could also see if they didn't have the Finding Nemo musical.
Oh yeah,
like something like that could be like the next iteration of whatever goes in that theater. And not that they need to change anything. I'm not advocating change. It's more of just like, I feel like the moment you see Moana, you're like, oh, this needs to be a musical.
Oh yeah.
And so I would love to see something like that one.
I'd prefer though if they don't
Hyperion.
advertise it as a musical.
I know, I heard about that.
If they go, I told you that a movie was a musical recently, and you went, "It's a musical?"
Mm-hmm.
Because there are currently 2 movies in theaters right now that people don't realize are musicals.
And I heard on, I think it was NPR, they're doing that intentionally because they feel like by marketing it as a musical, people will throw it into a category in their heads and not show up. I don't know. But we're talking about Moana.
Yeah.
What song would you like most to see on the stage as the ship rocks back and forth?
The How Far I'll Go reprise where she goes, "I am Moana." That one.
I want to see You're Welcome.
Of course you do.
I think that's going to be hilarious. Like, I just think that's going to be your Friend Like Me moment.
Yeah.
And like, I think that's going to be fantastic, and I can't wait to see it. Hopefully we get to. Like, I'd love to go see it on the Disney Treasure someday. And this is one more reason the Disney Treasure might end up being the best Disney Cruise Line ship. Think about this. Don't they have the Haunted Mansion bar?
Yes.
They have the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea bar.
Yes.
Right there is actually enough.
That's it. Done.
But you think of all of the different properties they're using that are adventure properties throughout the whole thing. Yeah. The Lion King theater thing. And like, to me, this might be the best themed Disney ship they've done yet.
Disney, if you need people to do test sales.
Yeah, if you need anything, just let us know. We're here for you, Disney.
We could make that happen.
We could. We will make it. Yeah, cruise trip. We need to work on this.
I mean,
actually, if what we'd love you to do is if you go to mouseways.com/dapsmagic and say, hey, we would like to take a group trip aboard the Disney Treasure. See, there you go. See how quickly I threw that up there? Mouseways.com/dapsmagic. Tell Matthew over there that we would like to take a group trip with Dapsmagic and ask him for group prices and see how that goes. And I will reach out to him too, and we'll make this happen.
I will be dropping that link.
There you go.
In some chats.
It'll be fun. Best cruise ever.
I'm excited.
Instead of best day ever, it'll be best cruise ever.
It's very silly. Yeah, I like it.
Thank you. All right. It's that time of the show where we talk about our favorite football team. No, it is not the 49ers. No, it is not
the Eagles.
The Eagles. No, it's not even the Patriots.
Or the Chiefs.
It's the Red Dragons. All right, Katie, tell us about Wrexham this week. What happened?
Wrexham won 2-0 They are playing AFC Wimbledon. AFC Wimbledon, for those following along at home, is the Club of Nerdfighteria. So that is also a club. It is owned in part by Nerdfighteria. If you're unfamiliar, John and Hank Green.
So you're saying we should be really big someday so we can own part of a football team?
Well, their fans own part of the football team, and their logo is on the shorts.
Cool.
But no, it's super cool. And also, if you watch Welcome to Wrexham season 1, John Green shows up.
There you go.
It's very fun.
And there was your Wrexham report.
Wrexham report.
That is. There you go. Hope you liked it because it's not going anywhere. All right. We learned this week we learned today even that the new cabins at Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground is going to be opening. The first section of them is going to be opening on July 1st. This currently is my favorite place to stay at Walt Disney World Resort. I love the cabins. I think they are some of the most relaxing and magical places to stay as long as you have a golf cart. But I think they're charming. I think they're fun. What do you think about the new versions of the cabins and the fact that they're now going to be DVC?
I think they're great. I also was reading that priced out for points, it is one of the cheapest DVC properties.
That doesn't surprise me.
I shouldn't say cheapest. One of the least expensive. Words matter. One of the least expensive DVC properties on the Walt Disney World Resort.
And they're not selling any of them yet, right?
No, I don't believe so.
I don't think so either.
But no, I think they look fabulous. And we had such a great time staying in regular schmegular cabins. So I can only imagine how wonderful these properties are going to be.
I hope they keep the rustic charm. Like as long as they have some like kind of that feeling like you're in a cabin camp thing, I'm happy.
Yeah.
But I want to check them out. I think we'll have to at some point, and maybe we'll check the old ones out before they're all changed, because they're doing the first loop at the beginning of July, then they'll do a second loop at the end of July, and then the months following after that, they're going to do the rest of them. So we will see how that happens. But the big story of the week is that D23, the Ultimate Fan Event, will be going, or tickets for it will be going on sale in March, which means it's the time where we start speculating about what is going to happen this year at D23. We're just going to call it D23 because if we do the whole thing the whole time, the show's going to disappear all from saying the name.
It's like when you're writing an essay and you need to hit your word count.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. What are you anticipating this year at D23? This is where I think we circle back to Disneyland Forward.
Avatar at Disneyland.
Okay, Avatar. I think that's fair.
I think that potentially we hear hotel announcements for Walt Disney World, either expansions, potentially a new hotel, thinking back on Reflections, that nothing's been done with that space.
Same hotel, new name.
I think I might say something unpopular.
Mm-hmm. You're making predictions here. You don't have to be popular.
But I might not be popular with you.
Okay, well, I don't have to like it either.
Okay. I think that there could be changes to the France Pavilion.
Okay.
Good or bad. It could either be a going away of Beauty and the Beast sing-along or a going away of Impressions de France. I think that if Impressions de France went away, everything in that theater would change. I don't think that it would just be Beauty and the Beast sing-along.
Oh, you think there could be a whole new?
I think there could be a whole new.
I don't think you're going to spend money there yet.
I don't think so either, but it's possible.
I think you're going to get more on, if we're going to go to Florida stuff that's going to in park, we're going to see more at the area where Dino Land is. We're going to get more details about maybe something new for Hollywood Studios, just because it's currently the smallest park and it probably could use more. Because I still have a hard time, for me personally, spending an entire day there. Like, that's a long time for me. And then I think you're also going to get the behind Frontierland
Mhm.
thing for Walt Disney World, or whatever the expansion for, I mean, Magic Kingdom,
Yeah.
whatever that expansion is going to be, big or small.
Yeah. I also think, this is total wishful thinking, but I'm gonna manifest it. Figment attraction redo.
I would love that.
It's not gonna happen.
That's my concern.
I'm
It's like they
aware.
just spent a ton of money and time on
I know,
Epcot, and I'm
I
like,
know.
I feel like we have to wait another circle.
So I'm so aware that's not gonna happen. But if we all manifest it really hard,
We can hope. And I feel like Figment today is more popular perhaps than he's ever been.
I think so.
Like, look at the merchandise, look at the like, look at Shop Disney today. There is so much Figment stuff going on Shop Disney. And then that's not even in the park. They just announced the new details for the Flower and Garden festival, and they said Epcot's going to have a Figment topiary that's new this year.
Yeah.
Or
Figment
a
has,
redone. Like,
in the last few years, Figment has gotten more love than he has gotten in the last decade.
well, I think it's because people really connect with who he is and what he's about. And I think Disney's realized that, as opposed to it just being, you know, a picture on a wall. They've really leaned into the character, and
Well, and
I hope they do that more.
The only thing, because I love this I love Figment. I don't necessarily love the attraction per se. My opportunities with the attraction is that Figment is not supposed to be a nuisance or a menace. Figment is supposed to be a whimsical character that is a representation of what your imagination is capable of. I currently don't love that means there is an entire section of the attraction that I won't breathe in. If I get to the smell room, I won't breathe. I'm not kidding. I don't know if you've ever noticed. I take a big breath right when we get in, and then
it's
do not
super
breathe.
enjoyable. Yeah.
I've never smelled it, and I don't care to. And I don't like that Nigel Channing treats him as a nuisance. I understand they were going for I'm an old curmudgeon and
straight man versus
I don't believe in Santa Claus type thing. But I would love to see a true love letter to Figment, a love letter to imagination. I'm so sorry.
That's positive, inspiring, and exciting.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Dave Goals, that this is your version of Figment. But I really want an attraction where you walk out and you feel just phenomenal. And that's
a feel good, positive. I mean, and if we're going down that direction, the other one I'd love to see something similar happen with is Spaceship Earth. Like, I would love to see Spaceship get the love it deserves as well.
That it was supposed to get.
Especially since the outside has, and all of the area around it has gotten such beautiful treatment. And I think if you just carry that on inside, that would be a fantastic thing. I do think going back to Disneyland Forward, if things continue the way they seem like it feels like they're going, and it feels like it's fairly positive, you're going to get not only the park announcement or whatever the park's announcements are going to be, but you also get that new shopping, dining, entertainment district in the current Toy Story lot area announced, hopefully, as well. And I mean, and who knows, maybe you're going to get a new like Frozen Land. You're going to get all of these things that we're seeing. Part of me wonders, and this is me backing up on what I just said, is because it was just put into Tokyo, if we're not going to see specifically those. No, Tokyo's getting a Frozen Land too.
Oh, I thought you meant
in
just
fantasy.
Open in Hong Kong.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I'm like, well, maybe we will. But it is interesting because often they like to keep things for their own for a couple of years. So it'll be interesting to see what specifically gets announced for the Disneyland Resort.
To go back to runDisney for just a moment.
Yes.
That this is on Disneyland Forward. Do you know what I found very interesting and to me felt like a good sign for Disneyland Forward?
What's that?
Who did they announce crossing the finish line?
Oh, the Anaheim mayor.
The mayor of Anaheim.
And then they had a photo op with her at it then too. And
running in the Disneyland Half Marathon.
And then they gave a check to a local nonprofit.
Yes.
I noticed also.
That was the nonprofit. A lot of the proceeds from the race went to a nonprofit that is focused on giving families that are in need warm meals, and I thought that was phenomenal. And also,
especially on a cool morning.
Yeah, no kidding. Also, you'll see it a lot with a lot of races, but runners will kind of go to thrift stores and get bigger things they don't necessarily need or care for. Or you see people wearing trash bags because they don't want to waste clothes, but they'll take it off as they are running. And then you'll see trash bags on the street, and the people organizing the races will also take those to shelters and make sure that.
Yep.
And so that was just a happy thing. But when I heard the Anaheim mayor was running the half marathon, I was like, oh, that feels good for the current Disney Anaheim relations.
And hopefully the rest of the city council is on board with that as well. And we'll get some fun announcements. I'm sure we'll get new Pixar, Walt Disney Animation Studios announcements.
Yes.
We'll get more Marvel, Star Wars. We might get our first look at
Indiana Jones.
No.
I know.
But I do think we will get our first look or tease perhaps of maybe who's going to be in the movie or what the movie's going to be or whatever for Star Wars, hopefully. And yes, welcome to Geeks Corner Plus. Let us know what you think's going to be at D23. We'll hit those in just a minute. And I think we will probably hear about whatever's coming next to Shanghai Disneyland, because I feel like that's going to keep expanding also.
I agree.
But yeah, time will tell, and it'll be very fun, and probably more about Disneyland Paris too, hopefully.
I also think that for everybody, I just want to do a PSA. Go back to the Katie soapbox graphic that doesn't exist. I would like everyone that keeps saying clone Cosmic Rewind, clone Cosmic Rewind. Don't
give us something new.
Don't clone Cosmic Rewind. It is my favorite modern day Imagineering feat. I think it's incredible. I don't know that it's my favorite attraction of all time because Indiana Jones Adventure exists. And it's Indiana Jones Adventure. Cosmic Rewind is my absolute favorite in the last, what are we at? 25, 27 years on Indiana Jones Adventure. I don't know how old I am, so I can't do math. But it is the greatest thing that I think Imagineering has done since then. Besides Expedition Everest, that's its own.
But keep it there.
Yeah. I don't want it. I want it to stay there. I want it to stay special.
Yep, I agree with that. Not everything has to go to every park, and I think it's nice to keep things unique. I actually agree with that in terms of merchandise as well. I do see a prediction from Caleb that there might be a Disney music streaming service called Disney Music Plus. I would have no problem with that.
No more streaming.
All Disney all the time. Yeah. If it bundled though.
No more bundles.
I would like to see them, whether it's through this or through Apple Music or current streaming service. I would like to see more kind of the underutilized, not as well known soundtracks be released,
like
through the years, like I don't know.
Follow Me Boys,
Ugly Ducks. I don't think Follow Me Boys actually exists though as a soundtrack, because I have the vinyl, and it's before they were making true soundtracks.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was when they just had like the choirs come in and they do the songs. And so that's a lot of the old Disney stuff, and they have gone back and created the scores and the soundtracks. So I would like that, but I just don't know if until technology gets a little bit further where they can just pull it from the movie and be like, okay, we can isolate this now. I don't know that they have all of the reels still. And if they do, how good of condition they'd be in. But I do think it'd be great to have some sort of a music infusion. And honestly, for me, as much as I'd love a streaming service, I would love maybe like a subscription service where you get like a Disney vinyl a month. Like that would be cool to me.
And I just want Disney Parks source audio in a place that I could stream and listen to it.
Yeah, put that on there too. I think that's a fun idea.
Like
I like that a lot.
Audio, Nighttime Spectacular source audio,
area music.
Yep.
And then, like from back in the day too.
I mean, we all know what I do. I mean, we all know what I already listen to nonstop.
Well, and one of my favorite things that we've filmed and recorded through the years was an Epcot's classic entrance music was playing for its 40th anniversary. And that to me is just one of the best loops of music of all time. And thankfully I have it on a vinyl record as well. But there's something really magical about getting to listen to that. And I think that'd be a great idea. I mean, and then it's how far back can you really go? Because there was a time where they just played music, like radio music, at Disneyland. So, lots of interesting things, lots of cool things. We'll be covering D23 as time goes by, and we'll make sure to keep you updated on tickets and all of that stuff, because they haven't said what the VIP tickets are going to be like and all of that fun stuff yet. But you can bet they're coming, and you can bet they will be expensive. But yes, I love the vinyl subscription idea. That's my good idea of the night. That's the only one I had tonight that was good. But we are running out of time, Katie. What should people do?
You should go to dapsmagic.com, check out all the Disney and geek news as it happens. Subscribe to our mailing list so that you don't miss any of the news, and also find our Patreon, where there might be a chewed up dog tag that makes it on,
and other random stuff. You never know. Also, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss any of the videos that we have going up. We're still getting some of the holidays videos up and some of the stuff from Florida. And I think I got all the Tokyo Disney stuff, but I am starting to work, now that my voice is getting back to normal, on my vlogs from Tokyo Disneyland, which are a bit of work as well. But we will start, or Tokyo in general. Japan. So you won't want to miss any of those as well. And we're working to get to 100,000 subscribers. We're just going to keep putting that out there, and we will only get there through your help. So invite friends to subscribe to YouTube Daps Magic as well. But that is all the time we have for you this week. So we will see you around the corner.
Bye.